Hey, what's up? What's up? Thank you for tuning in to another video on the channel today. Today, I got a special one, man. It has been about, it's probably been about a year or so since I've popped into since I've been inside the fly-by-wire, man. The A320neo by fly-by-wire. I've been flying the Phoenix for about a year now, and I haven't touched this plane at all. So what I really want to do is get in and just see how it feels, see what's up. I'm using the stable version right now just to kind of see what enhancements have been done like over the last year, and just kind of give my impressions of the Phoenix versus the Neo. Again, it's been a minute since I've been in this joint, and one thing that I can say right off the bat that you notice is how clean this looks. It is very, very pristine, kind of like it just rolled off the factory lot. Like, you don't see any type of, and this is one of the differences. You don't see any type of wear on any of the knobs. You don't really see any type of, I think if you get the right angle, you'll see some smudges and things like that on the screens. But that's one thing that you notice kind of right away when you fire this joint up. It's just how clean it is, and it's not necessarily an issue, but it depends on what you're going for as far as like realism is concerned. Immersion. I'm not saying that, hey, you can't be immersed in a brand new aircraft or anything like that. But in the Phoenix, it just gives a little bit more realism for me personally when you see that, some of these surfaces have been used or these buttons have been touched, the oil from your fingers, or, after so long of touching buttons and things, they'll start to fade. So that's one thing that you notice, like when you fire this thing up, just how beautiful it is. Like, it's fresh off of the showroom floor, if you will. So that's one thing that I noticed right away. Let's go ahead and get it fired up and just kind of see, how things sound. What's up with that. We'll check that out too. So let's go ahead and get a little external power on. Whoa, okay. Okay. Okay, just from a sound perspective, I think it sounds pretty much the same, starting up. One thing that you'll see is different. These lights don't turn on automatically in the Phoenix when you click on the power. So that's something that's a little different. All right, another thing, we got some inoperable still within here. The weather radar, things like that. The terrain on ND is inoperable, but that's okay. All right, so let's go over to the pad now. I'm excited because it's been so long to where I really feel like that there should be some major updates to this. So let's see. All of this still looks the same from what I remember. I love the fact that you can just get the OFP like right here. I think that this is so cool. It saves me from having to have like an extra window open. It saves me from having to reference back. You can just get everything you need right here. So I do like that a lot. And I'm not saying this same information you can get other places as well, but I just like that it's right here in the Phoenix. I'm sorry, in the EFB of the Neo. Let's see if what other things have changed. I mean, nothing really. Everything looks about the same here. You can call over the jet bridge, fuel truck, baggage truck, cargo doors, so open on their own. I don't know if, yes, okay. I wanted to see if opening those cargo doors would change the pressure for the hydraulics, and it did. So that's what you want to see. So that's cool. I like that a lot. Good immersion there. Got the ground power unit. Got wheels and chocks on. We'll call it a catering truck just to kind of get a view of that. And let's take a look outside and see. I think the animations are, obviously better when it comes to boarding just default, you know, I'm not using GSX or anything like that. So just default, I would definitely say I like the animations on the Phoenix. I'm sorry, on the Neo a lot better. You can actually see boarding. I'm sorry, you can actually see baggage being boarded and things like that. So it creates a little bit more immersion on that side. So that sounds cool. Let's see if we can. See if we can't get the catering truck to pull up as well, which is nice. You know, you don't get that with the Phoenix, so it's kind of cool. It helps with the immersion. It helps with the realism. So so that's awesome. All right, so this is maybe revamped a little bit. I don't remember it saying cabin or cargo or before. That might be a little revamped. The pushback system in this particular aircraft is, I would say, is probably 10 times better. I don't want to say 10. I mean, it's better than the one in the Phoenix. It's more intuitive. You can kind of look around and kind of plot your course right here, which you are not able to do in the Phoenix like that. You can, not from the pushback menu like this. You can definitely go into Navigraph and, you know, look at those ground charts, but I think this is so cool, adds a lot of immersion to be able to look at the pushback right here. So I think that's cool. Fuel stays the same. I do like the fact that you can fuel straight from SimBrief. I think that's kind of cool. Overall, I do like the EFB a little bit better. I don't want to say better because I think the one in the Phoenix just works so seamlessly and it's intuitive, but this does as well. I mean, it allows you to do everything you need to do, and it gives just such a really nice feel to it. So we'll do a real boarding time here too. We can see the boarding started. So I think that this is really cool. I think that this is just really nice. I think the one in the Phoenix is nice, and I think this one is nice too. But I would take the pushback system from this Neo, from this EFB, and put it in the Phoenix because it's just so much better, 100%. So I do like the performance. This is cool. This is not something that's in the Phoenix either. The landing is in a sense, but not to this depth. But this is really cool. I use this all the time when it comes to like, hey, when do I need to descend, especially if I'm flying like VA, something like that. I'm sorry, GA, something like that. Obviously, we can link up the navigation. I do like that you can use local files here. I think that this is really cool. If you had chart files, you can enter in there. You can use Navigraph. So it's pretty much the same, which I like. I love the fact that the air traffic control is built right into the EFB. I think that that's so cool that you can just come right here, set your actives. You don't need to mess with the radio. I think that that's really nice. I like that it splits it up into you know, into the different you know, whether you're a delivery ground, I mean, whatever. It's a really awesome system. It allows you to stay kind of focused in the aircraft instead of, you know, climbing out, doing what you're doing, and then having to come down here and wrestle with the radios. You just come right into the EFB and handle that. So I think that's really cool. Okay, the failures all look the same. This is nice to have as well. You know, to have the actual charts, you know, right in here is just really cool. So this is nice. I like this a lot. Let's go ahead and yeah, it's so funny because it's the same, but it's so different when you look at this. I'm telling you, for anyone that's flown the Phoenix, I'm telling you, this is so beautiful in comparison. Everything is so sharp and it's just so nice. But as mentioned before, it's very obvious that, you know, there's just there's no wear and tear on this particular aircraft. You know, it's beautiful, which is not necessarily an issue, but it's just something that you notice. So we'll go ahead and we'll get IRS is aligned. This is one thing here that's different in the Neo and the Phoenix. In the Phoenix, just as in real life, you have to wait 3 seconds before starting the the APU. Here, you can just do it right at the same time. The Phoenix won't allow you to do that. You have to wait that 3 seconds and then push it on. Let's come down and take a look at the APU, and we'll see how that starts up. See how different it is, or the same. In this particular aircraft, I can tell you right now that this APU is starting up way faster than it does in the Phoenix. It takes a little bit longer, but it's coming online. Let's come outside and see if we can hear it. You can hear it coming on. There we go. All right. Cool. We got the APU coming up. Excuse me, APU's on. We're looking good. We'll turn on the bleed. And then we'll also turn on the fuel pumps. Okay. Alright, so everything's looking good so far. Let's see if there's any changes in the actual MCDU. Now, there are some things like AIDS is different. What else is in here that's different? CFDS is in here. That's different. You don't get those in the fly-by-wire. Everything else is pretty. I'm sorry, in the Phoenix. Okay. Excuse me. So I'm at the wrong airport for this. I wasn't really thinking, and I loaded up Miami. So what I'm gonna do is, because I want to get a feel of the flight and everything, like the flight dynamics and whatnot. So what I'm gonna do is, I want to do a Miami. I have Houston in here right now. So let me switch. Yeah, let's do that. Let's switch it, and then we'll figure it out. So we'll just do like a Miami to Jacksonville, something like that. We're not doing a full flight. We're just going to do a little bit of it just to kind of get it taken care of. So real quick, I'll have to pull over my my sim brief, and I'll do it here. Ooh, well, didn't mean to do that. And I'll do it here so that so everyone can see it and it's good to go. All right, so let's do it. Let's do a new flight. We'll do 922. We'll depart Miami. We'll go to Jacksonville. All right, so we'll be in the A320 default. We'll do the Flamingo to the Poji. Looking good. Everything's good there. We'll generate. Alright, looks good. We'll view our OFP, and we'll pre-file on the network. Boom, like so. Alright, so we're good. Now what we'll do is we'll reload the flight here. There we go. So we'll reload the flight. We'll also update the fuel, and we'll update the payload for this flight as well. There we go. So All right, everything's looking good. Now what we'll do is we'll see if it pulls it over. Boom, there we go. Everything's perfect. Now, this is a difference in the Neo versus the fly-by-wire. I'm sorry, versus the Phoenix. Once you initiate or uh, bring over the request imported in from Simbri, it enters everything in for you. You'll notice that on the Phoenix, you still have to enter in the cost index, a flight number, and the cruise altitude as well. But it does all that for you, which is nice. All right, so wind. We get the wind that comes back really fast compared to the Phoenix. And we'll do the weights in just a moment. Let's take a look at the flight plan. Again, this, I believe, let me take a look at the flight plan. Again, I like that I don't have to have all these other windows open. I can just come right over here and we'll look. So, okay. So this is the other thing that it does. It actually puts in the departure for you, which in the Phoenix it doesn't. You have to still go in and enter in the departure. I actually don't think it is. So we'll go in, we'll go departure, we're departing runway. No, it doesn't put the departure in, I'm sorry. 08 right. Disregard that. It does not put the thing in. So so we'll do there and then insert. Boom, and that's our departure, and then we're gonna arrive runway. Where are we at? Oh, okay, right there. Poggi on 26. All right, so 26. We'll do a ILS, and then we're coming in on the Poggi 2. Okay. All right, so we're looking good there. Everything's up, everything's bright and beautiful and really colorful. Man. All right. All right, let's turn up some lights here. We can turn the flood down just a little bit. We'll arm the spoilers while we're working back here. Predictive wind shear. One thing that I like is that this lock on the cockpit door really works here. In the A320 or in the Phoenix, it doesn't. You won't hear any sound, and you won't hear the difference, the delineation between having the cockpit door open and closed. So when it's open in here, in the Neo, you can actually hear, you know, conversations, things like that in the back. Once you close this, those conversations go away. That you can't hear the announcements and things like that. So I think that's a cool little feature. That's the difference between the Phoenix and the A320 here, the fly-by-wire. All right, so everything's looking good right now. We're just kind of waiting on boarding and our performance numbers. Seatbelt signs are on. That'll be on. Scroll to do. No white lights. We'll kill external power. We don't need that anymore. And right now we'll just wait for the rest of our boarding. We do need to take a look at our flight real quick and look at the weather. So we're 2999. So the next thing that I'm very curious about is how this thing flies in comparison. Now, I don't know if, so I have my control set up completely different versus the Phoenix in here, but that's cool. Should still work just fine. When I click into climb, it's gonna be funky. Like it's not gonna be good because I don't remember the detents, but we'll be okay on that. So right now we're just waiting on the rest of our boarding to take place. And where was that at? truck's payload. All right, so we're getting there. We got 172 passengers today. And we got 151 on board right now. Our fuel is already in, so we're good to go. Again, like I say, I really do like the immersion that you get with this EFB. I really like the immersion that, I mean, for free, come on, bro. Like this is very, very, very close to the Phoenix. Now I would say, in terms of realism and things of that sort, go with the Phoenix. If you want a real study level aircraft, definitely go with the Phoenix. If you're just starting out, if you're new, if you've been flying the PMDG or the 737, or you've been flying, this is, you know, really like your introduction into airliners, but you want to challenge and you want to learn, get this plane. Don't, I mean, I can't say don't hop into the Phoenix. Hop into the Phoenix if you want to. But since this is free, it just makes more sense, in my opinion, to go ahead and go with this particular aircraft. Now, again, there are just so many visual differences within this aircraft. Like I said, everything is really beautiful and polished, which it does not actually add to the immersion for me. This feels like I'm flying a very polished simulator. I don't know how to say this. A very polished thing. It doesn't feel like I'm flying something that is really like a part of the environment, if that makes sense. Like it feels like it's just too nice. if that makes sense, you know, if that makes sense, it's too nice. But some people may like that. So again, it's just personal preference. All right, so let's take a look. All right, so we are currently boarded. Let's go over here to the weights. Does it enter it in? Okay, it enters it in by itself. And then I like that. I like what that does.
The flight deck. On behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to see final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Okay, so I love that announcement that you get from the captain. You do not get that in the Phoenix at all. So I love that. That creates so much immersion. It's so nice to have, for sure. Again, having preset lights, man, that's cool. You do get aircraft states in the Phoenix as well, but being able to save the lights are really cool. Now, you get these announcements by default. I'm going to try to turn them up. I love that. And I think that's something that you can change. Can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. I thought there was a setting for that, but alright, so this is really cool. This allows you to really like drill down into some of the settings. This is awesome. It's really nice. Love it. Yeah, this is really nice, man. Really nice for a freeware joint. Now, so now we're gonna push back. We got everything taken care of. Let me take a look just outside real quick and make sure. Okay. All right, cool. So we still got the ground power unit connected. So we'll get that out. We can move the jet bridge out the way as well. If it decides to go back. It may not right now until we start pushing back, and that's fine. All of the doors are closed, and we'll push back now. I didn't integrate this with Navigraph, but maybe I should, because I don't necessarily. Let me see. Might as well just get the full immersion, right? Now where? Let's see. Oh, cool. So cool, man. Let's see. Where is Navigraph at? Does it have its own? It has its own. Okay. So right here. So, all right. So let me try to log into this real quick. Let me pull it up on a whole nother thing. Let me get logged in real quick. That way we can see the charts and everything as well. So navigraph.com/code. And we'll sign in. Enter in that code. Sierra 2 Alpha Echo Alpha 6 Mike. Alright. Cool. So we should see this change. And I think it's pretty similar to what we get. Oh. Okay. So it knows where we're at. So, all right. So airport. Oh man. So this is way more robust. I would say. Well, I don't want to say way more, but I think these charts interact a little bit better on here, but the resolution doesn't change when you zoom in. So, okay. So yeah, that's weird. The resolution doesn't change when you zoom in, which is really strange. All right, again, our departing runway is going to be 8 right. So we're going to taxi today to 8 right. So we'll keep that up. And okay. All right. So we're going to be ready to taxi here, or at least push back. So let's go back to our truck. Let's go push back. Get the warning. We'll call the tug over. I do think that the tug works a little bit better on the Neo versus the Phoenix. The tug on the Phoenix, it just goes wherever it kind of wants to sometimes. And it's just an animation issue. It's not really a huge deal. It doesn't affect the performance of anything. But for that immersion and that realism, you know, you want it to do exactly what it's doing right now. Just pull up, get hooked up, and, you know, get out of Dodge. So good. So we're hooked up, and we'll kick the parking brake off, and we'll start the pushback. I like that you can control the speed. That's something that you can't do in the Phoenix, so I do like that. I like that you can slow it down if you need to. I like that you can go forward and backwards at whatever speed you want to go. If you want to come back a little slower, you can. It's just a little bit more intuitive than the one in the Phoenix. All right, so let's get the engine started up. So the clock should be there within a minute. So see how real to life that is. We're just going to keep pushing back kind of far here. Got to remind myself again. Okay, coming out. So the other thing that I do like about the pushback system is you can change like how much of a turn that the tug does, if that makes sense. So I think that makes sense. You can't do that in the Phoenix. So I can control the direction right here, how much I'd like for it to turn. So we're at a little over a minute and everything came up. So I think we're looking good. Still getting pushed back here a little bit. As soon as we clear that, we should be good to go. Cool. Alright, one more left turn out. Alright, looking good. Alright, so we can stop there. We'll set the parking brake and we'll call the tug away. Alright. So at this point, we'll get the tug away. We got one of the engines up and running. We'll go ahead and start engine number 1. That noise you don't get in the Phoenix. One thing that I can say is like you can really not hear these engines at all firing up. Maybe ever so slightly, but that's definitely one thing that's different is the engine noise. So the engine noise is a lot better in the Phoenix. Alright, so everything's getting started up here. PSI is coming up, and 2's coming up, and 1's coming up, so we're looking good. Let's say, you know, it's similar, but different. You just don't, we're missing.
Please prepare for takeoff.
Thing there too. So again, I do like the announcements. Don't get the available message here. Alright, let's kick off the parking brake and turn on some lights. And we'll taxi on down, man, and we'll see how things feel from a flight control perspective. Let me do a quick flight control check just to make sure everything's good. Alright, so we got full left, full right, full down, full up. Alright, we're looking good. Full right rudder, full left rudder. Alright, controls are free and clear. Alright, we'll start taxiing out. Alright, secure the APU. Rudders are definitely calibrated a little better in this joint than what I calibrate for the Phoenix, because they're very touchy in the Phoenix, and I need to really adjust that. I've gotten so used to flying with it like that, but it's not how it should be, so I need to change that. All right, so the taxi out feels good. Oh crap. I forgot. Alright, so auto brake max. Do another quick check. Alright, everything's good, man. We're gonna head out of here and we'll see how things feel and in the air. I mean, it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm not saying anything wrong with this aircraft at all. This aircraft is freaking beautiful. For a freeware, come on, bro. And for what you get, I mean, the immersion, the realness, it is extremely beautiful aircraft, you know, on the inside. Fresh out the lot. Okay, we got a small GA right there. I was just hoping that they were holding. Looks like they're holding fine, so that's cool. Let's get a quick outside view of Phoenix. Beautiful. I mean, it's definitely. I'm sorry, of the Neo. I keep saying Phoenix. Of the Neo. Good. Check our charts, make sure I'm good. Just go down to the end here. Frames, that's something that you'll see. Now listen, if you don't have the most powerful PC, then my suggestion would definitely be to go with the fly-by-wire. The Phoenix uses a lot of resources. I'm telling you straight up, like if you don't have the best computer, then you might want to go ahead and go with this here, okay? All right. We'll turn on some lights. We are going to get ready to get out of Dodge. Beautiful. The frame rate, though, is something that I like personally. Get lined up here. Very smooth. It's very smooth, not herky jerky like the. I gotta fix my freaking things. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna calibrate my rudders today for the Phoenix. All right. So we're gonna get lined up here. All right, cool, man. We're lined up. Another quick outside view. Looking good, man. Looking really good. All right, so we're gonna depart just straight out, and it looks like we're gonna make a left turn. So we'll follow our flight directors, and we'll see what we get, man. Let's see what we get. All right, like I said, these throttles are all over the place. I haven't calibrated these joints in a minute. Let's go ahead and take off. Engine's coming up. Stable. Nice. That's good. E1. Rotate. Positive brake. Gear up. Flight breakers. Okay. It's a little bit of a different sound. Sounds good. Coming up. Flaps up. buildings are all crazy. I need to mess around with my settings on graphically. But we're coming up. We're a little fast. Somebody just set the autopilot. Speed. Manage our climb up. It'll be good though. Let's get an outside view of downtown Miami. Go. Climbing out. See the Brickell area down there. Coming over near South Beach right now. Taking our left turn. Very beautiful. Great departure. The sounds are different in here. And this is my first time using one of my first times using FS Realistic, so I think that's a part of it as well. But beautiful, man. Beautiful departure. We're departing out nice. We are not clicked in though, so let me click into my line there. And we're gonna get a speed warning here in a second. Don't know why I'm still. Alright. Something weird's going on right now. I don't know why I'm still speeding up. I just may not be clicked in, which is okay. Alright. Oh, I didn't have auto throttle. Again, I'm not flying this joint like I really would in real life, obviously. Missing some steps and things I'm running through, but we're good. So we gotta get these in the climb. I told you this was gonna happen. Our detents were not set for this right now. So, alright, there we go. We're clicked in now. Calming down. We'll follow our flight directors around to the left. And we'll set the autopilot. Should be good. There we go. So, another quick outside view. Man, it's just beautiful, 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 beautiful. I really love flying into this area, this part of the country. So beautiful. So, let's see what we're working with, man. There's a few differences with the autopilot. So that kind of threw me off a little bit. Of course, my detents aren't in. That has nothing to do with the aircraft. Let's talk about the aircraft and the flight. I feel like the flight model for this is a lot different. Now, what we're gonna do actually, I want to see if I can come back into Miami and land. We'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. We'll pull at 700, and we'll also pull at 7,000. We'll also pull at 250. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to find the airport or not, but we'll see. So we can pull for both of those. And we'll make a left turn heading 250. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to find it again or come back in for a landing, but we'll see. We'll stay at like 7,000. We'll actually maybe descend down to a solid 4. That's what we'll do. Then we'll come back in and try to land just to kind of get a feel of a little bit more of the aircraft. But man, from a frame rate perspective, bro, like this is the difference. Like the Phoenix will kill your frame rate. Like this is one of the smoothest flights that I've had recently. The aircraft is pretty good to the point where.
Public flight deck, ladies and gentlemen. As you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for our approach.
the frame rate in itself would maybe sometimes make me want to fly the fly-by-wire, but the immersion that you get with the Phoenix is just unprecedented, and I just can't bring myself to switch over like that, you know? So we're heading back toward Miami International Airport. Right. So right now we're gonna head back to Miami. I'm gonna try to use these charts to get back to the airport a little bit. Slow it down to about 210. And we'll track in at 160. There we go. Alright, we're at flight level 4,000, or at least that's what we're trying to come down to. We'll come down to 3,000. Good. We're on a solid angle right now. Let's come on down to 190. Flaps 1. And we'll come down to 2,000. Really bright day out there today. Freaking beautiful, man. I love the frame rates that we get with this Neo. It's not enough where it would make me want to switch, because I just like the immersion of the Phoenix, but this joint flying so smooth in such a densely populated area is just so nice. I would not be getting these frames right now with the Phoenix. So let's make it 6.5, and let's slow down to about 170. We'll do flaps 2. On auto brakes. Keep the lights on. I should start to see the airport pretty soon here. We'll level out at 3,000. Really should be seeing this airport. Don't see it yet. Come down to 2,000. Why am I not seeing the airport yet? Oh, there it is. Alright, so we got the airport in sight. down to about 170, 160. Bring it down to one there. We'll drop our gear. Kill the autopilot.
2,500.
Flaps 3. Full flaps. I'm gonna say right now that this joint is a lot easier to fly than the Phoenix. Definitely much easier to fly. Alright. Let's see if we can put it on the ground. Let's pull up just a little bit.
1,000.
1,000. Got full flaps, auto brakes out ready, speed brakes are armed. Drift a little bit.
500.
500. Continue.
400.
Love it.
300.
100.
300.
High.
200.
200.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Awesome and great landing. Beautiful landing. Wow. Okay. Those sounds are different. I love it. Alright, flaps up, speed brakes up. Do a little bit of manual braking. Spring up. A little bit of throttle to get us off. Man, what a beautiful... Bro, this plane is beautiful. Like, don't get me wrong. Very nice to fly. Beautiful, beautiful skin. Very beautiful plane. I like the immersion a little bit more of the Phoenix. But the frame rate that you get, man, with this Neo, it makes it very enticing to fly this plane a lot more. I'm here for it. Here for it. Now, what I want to do, honestly, I would love to load up the Phoenix in this same video. Oh crap, I forgot. My throttles are different. Would be to load up the Phoenix, you know, and kind of get a little bit better of a view of that. But for right now, I think what I'll do is end this video, man. What a super dope landing. I'm super proud of myself for that. I mean, no vector, no nothing, just come in all hand flying. So that's awesome, dog. That's really dope. All right. Push up a little bit. Kill our lights. Gates. Trying not to hit the fuel truck. All right, man. Awesome, freaking awesome, man. Just an awesome plane. I really can't say much more than that. All right, parking brakes on. We can kick on the APU. Then we can turn off the engines. Man, what a beautiful plane. I mean, in comparison, it's almost 1-to-1. Okay, don't get me wrong. It's almost 1-to-1. There's just a couple little things that the Fenix does better. Then there's a couple little things that the Neo does a little better. So I think from a frame rate perspective, if you don't have a very fast computer, all right, if you want to experience this A320, but maybe don't want it on such a high level as immersion as the Fenix, then go with it. I mean, if you just want a beautiful aircraft to fly with a definite ridiculous EFB and options, come on, man. There's no question as to whether or not you should hop into this Neo or not, man. If it's my suggestion, I would suggest that you do. But I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you for rocking with me, man. It's been fun. It's been real. We'll talk to you guys on the next video, okay?